Hello, good morning. My name's Ian.
I'm Lauren.
Welcome to Bars and Bells and the weekend workout where we'll play with our strength. What do you want to do today? Lauren?
Handstand.
Handstands. But first, we'll prepare the wrists, check in with the body, and set up some strategies for strength in your body weight practice at home or now at your recently or to open gym, hopefully.
Or not, just at home.
Play at home. Start. Let's get in the splits and breathe. Come on down. We said we'd go back and forth today in our split and just say, what do you like to do in this position? So I'll start by just saying, I like to sit tall, press my hands into the floor, and then either at the ankles, do the dorsiflex thing, do the plantar flex thing, because we're in our handstands practice, and we're always thinking with that lumbar extension.
I like to slide my ribs slightly from side to side here. I find this holds my hips in place nice, and I can just take that gentle rib slide, keeping my shoulders parallel with the floor and pulling back to center, getting the abs woken up a bit too.
Sometimes I add that rotation so that my sternum is then in line with my leg extended. From here, could you push your sternum forward, breathing, pulling back, and then rotate the other way. Sternum lines with that kneecap and press forward. Doesn't have to be big, and avoid that lumbar or upper back round. Return to center. One more thing, Lauren, what do you like to do here?
Oh, I like to think about lifting my legs.
Ooh.
Maybe one leg at first, and then the other leg, and then thinking about one day lifting both.
And one day lifting both and pressing into the floor and getting that straddle press to handstand.
Next week.
Not quite yet, but we'll take our time as we get there ourselves. Let's get on to the wrists. In that all fours position, fingertips down first, then those first knuckles, and then the full hand. Screw them in, neutral spine, chin tuck. At the shoulder blades first now, elevate as to shrug, and then press into the floor as to protract the shoulders. Then retract and depress down, return to retraction. Elevate one more time. Press into the floor to grow as to protract those shoulders. Depress or pull down and retract. In the opposite direction, depress down, press, elevate, retract. And last one, pulling down, shoulder blades towards hips, protracting, driving from the armpit into the ground, and then elevate, retract, and then press away, shake out those wrists. In the push-up, we do want to maintain that elevated shoulder posture, build that relationship to the floor, and push down to grow up.
In our handstands.
In the handstands.
You said push-up.
Not in the push-up.
I know, that's why I was very confused.
Very important distinction. Take us into the hips, Lauren.
From that tall kneel position, let's bring one knee up front into our kneeling lunge. Right now, you're just exploring hips. So gently tilt your tail forward or spill your punch bowl or your pelvis forward, and then tuck your hips under, squeezing your back cheek and tucking. Repeat one more time. Tilt the tail towards the ceiling so you spill forward, and then tuck the tail underneath. So this is our forward posture, and then our tucked under. Now from that tucked under position, squeeze that back cheek, push down the front foot, gently pull on the floor, and start drifting forward. As you drift forward, keep the shoulders over top of the hips, and that knee might come towards over the toe. Gently relax the back cheek, retuck, re-squeeze, drive down and pull on the floor again, drifting forward a little bit more. Now this time, drive down and away to press yourself back to tall. Keep extending your back hip. Gently relax. Pull that knee underneath, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Foot comes up in front. From that kneeling lunge position, tilt the tail forward, spilling the punch. Tuck the tail under, squeezing that back cheek. Tilt forward, tuck under. Now from that tucked under position, squeeze your back glute, drive down into the floor, start pulling so the knee comes towards over the toe. Stay stacked. Maybe it's not as far on this side, that's all right. Once you're there, gently relax. Retuck, re-squeeze that back cheek. Drive down, pull on the floor again. Drifting forward. Then drive down and press forward to come back to tall, extending that back hip. Relax. Shake it out.
Whew.
We'll go back to the wrists, I think.
You know it. Let's go back to those wrists. Set them up this time with a quarter turn, but still the fingertips down first, then those knuckles, and then the heels or the full hand. Chin tuck to look between those hands now, and press to the right, sending your energy and weight left. Switch, press to the left, going to the right. Use this skill as you're in your handstand. Did I say that right this time? No push-up. So in that handstand, when you want to go the one way, because you might be kicking up too much, you might be in that banana shape, use that hand strength to correct the line. Subtle changes, starts with those hands. Return to center, press away, open up, and let's just open those hips a little bit more as Lauren takes that lunge to the side.
Nice. Again, bringing the leg up front to start. We will then walk that foot heel toe, and out to the side. Your safe side. That means it could be anywhere from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock on that clock. Knee is over the toe, and that ankle isn't trying to reach any further. It's in line with your body. Now pay attention to your hips. Hike that hip, and then gently pull it down. And then hike a hip, and pull it down. Now tuck under like we did in that last one, so squeezing your back cheek. Drive down into the floor, pull, and start drifting that knee towards over the toe. Feeling lots of work through that hip flexor, and then relax when you're there. Retuck, re-squeeze, drive down, start to pull on that floor. Also feel that adductor light up a little bit. And then drive down and away to press yourself to tall. Keep extending that back hip through. Heel toe the leg to center. Gently bring it back underneath, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Knee comes up, do-de-do-do, heel toe open, pressing those hips forward for now. Then hike a hip and pull it down. And hike it and pull it down. From that pull down or levelish position, tuck that back hip under. Drive down on the floor and start pulling. As you start drifting knee towards over the toe, still driving that back hip forward. Relax. Retuck and squeeze, push down, pull, drift a little more forward. And then from there, drive down and press away to press yourself back to tall. Meeting at center with that back butt cheek tension. Relax. Heel toe, pull the leg underneath. Shake it out.
Boot scooting boogie soon enough. Coming back to that all fours position, Lauren took care of the stability through the lumbar spine, hikes and tips and stuff like that. Now let's work on that mobility through the upper back, or the hard part, in my opinion, of that cat-cow. The low back will be neutral, somewhere between that anterior tip of tailbone to ceiling, and between that and the posterior tip of the round. Get strong in the middle and brace those abs. Grip the hands to the floor. Face looking between the two of them, elbows straight. Brace the abs. Press the sternum forward without changing the position of the head. Continue for 4, 3, 2, relax. How'd that feel on the abs? Hopefully that core brace to prevent the banana shape in the handstand, and that upper back extension to get the overhead position. Repeat. The core braced. Press the hands forward this time. And now the sternum pressing forward. Keep the head looking at those hands on the floor. It's unmoving. Work for 3 more seconds and relax. Am I doing okay to hide my quivers today? Pretty hard drill. I'm going to do that one last time. Look to add tension with the hands gripping. Core braced. Head standardized, looking at those hands now, and sternum pressing forward. Avoid the tailbone tilting to the ceiling. Brace the abs. Sternum forward for 3, 2, and then ease off that. While we're on the floor, let's get to our back, get into some log rolls, and weight transfers from standing. Start on your back, and your arms shaped like a T. And breathe for a second in the belly. And then exhale. And breathe into that chest. Then exhale. Now with my hands at the side like a T, I'll take my left hand and sweep it to the side. And across my body, it'll start to reach towards the ceiling, and then reaching across, rolling to my belly. Take that same hand, so the left, and reach it to the hip, along the floor, and then up, and then return to that T or the Y shape emerging at the shoulders. Take the right hand and sweep it along the floor. Touch the hip, reach to the ceiling, cross the body, and roll to the front. As space allows, I have to bend my elbow, bring that hand along the floor to the body, roll to the back, and come back to the T. Repeat one last time. Left hand to the hip and across, roll. Left hand to the hip and roll. Right hand to the hip along the floor and roll. Oh, that felt good. And then right hand along the floor and to our backside. Any rules to get up today, Lauren?
Yeah, let's turn over.
Okay.
And from a tuck position, so tuck your hips under, squeeze your glutes, brace your core from the knees or the toes. Press yourself up. Gently bend your knees, tilt your tail long to the ceiling, and then extend one knee and gently pedal it towards the floor. And then switch. Keep that knee bent and extend the other knee. And now bend both knees, re-tilt your tail to the ceiling, gently try to straighten both legs. Breathe. And then slowly walk your hands to your feet to your hands, trying to keep the straightest legs possible. And then unfold yourself one vertebrae at a time, taking your time to come all the way up to standing. Nice. We're going to work on some standing weight transfers here.
That's it.
In these transfers, we'll work lateral for our first set, and then we'll start going on some various exciting angles. For our transfer here, you're going to gently stand with your feet underneath, rotate out, point, toe ball, heel, land. Don't go too far away from yourself because we're going to be pressing weight from one side to the other. Now from here, tuck those hips slightly and start pulling yourself down. Now, could we press one leg away from us and straighten it, pressing our knee towards over our toe? And then place your hand on that straight leg butt cheek, point through that foot, and start firing up that cheek, feeling that work through your glute. Now, through that foot, toe ball, heel, absorb the floor, stay low as you pull yourself across. Knee presses towards over toe. Start pointing on that straight leg, hand on cheek, fire up glute, find it. Toe ball, heel through center. Let's add on. Press knee towards over toe, pointing that back leg. Point. Hand on glute if you like. It's nice. Now lift that leg and feel that glute really fire up. Hold. Could we drive into the floor and extend that knee? Finding a balance, trying to keep that inseam forward. Now to come back down, knee presses over toe, toe ball, heel to land. Take your time pressing through the floor and across, through the foot, hand on cheek. Lift it. Straighten the knee by driving into the floor and extending, pressing your hips forward. Knee over toe. Toe ball, heel, land. Pull yourself across. One more time. Over. Point through that foot. Lift from the cheek. Drive down to tall. Either stay here and own it, or grow up to that single leg balance for 4, 3, 2. Heel taps down. Knee presses over toe. Toe ball, heel across the front. Press. Point. Engage and lift. Drive down to extend. Grow up for an added balance and hold for 4, 3, 2. Control the heel down. Knee over toe. Toe ball, heel. And then drive down into the floor. Extend to tall. Shake it out too.
Love those balances. What do you look for while you're in that position? I'm looking to feel stacked. And I know that I feel the most stacked when my butt goes from back there underneath your base of support. Use the drills like Lauren's weight transfer to improve your overhead of stackedness. Get stacked and get jacked. Okay. From here, get to the floor, through the forward fold, a hinge.
I was just diving.
Any way that feels good there. We're going to do the other variations of our rolls today, including our front roll. Take your time, maybe a lunge sit, anything you want. With your hands set up in a wider shape, so maybe looking like a Y, take a hand across the chest, and then take a peek through the window out the back, looking to connect the top of your shoulder blade towards the floor. Take a breath in the belly and out. Then press away and reset the hands. Switch, hand across chest, take a peek through the window out the back. Could that shoulder touch the floor? And then take a breath. And exhale. Sometimes we need to take that breath to tell ourselves that it's okay to be there. And then when you go back, it's a little bit easier. Or is it just me? Then press into that wide shape again.
Oh, this feels so good.
Or take your time with the breath. Both are right. Hand across chest. Take another look, a little more available. And then through. Continue in that progression, or follow along with the hand out to the side. Take the look, and then go for the roll. Show it what that's like, Lauren. Show us what that's like, Lauren. So setting up in the Y, she'll turn one arm, hand, up at the hip, along the floor. Look under the other armpit, and then roll along the spine. And pull yourself up to that tall sit if you can to finish. Add on, one more time watching Lauren here. Turned up palm, looking the other way. We're articulating through the spine and pulling up to the sit. Oh, or that back roll. Do the back roll, do the front roll. A couple more times. Stay with the beginner progressions of just taking a look and then nice and control to your sit. And then, of course, the back roll is fun too. Save the back roll for another day. 1 or 2 more repetitions of your front roll. If you're exercising with a friend, be careful. Ooh. Point those toes maybe even in that. And I have to even that out one more time here. Last roll. And it's always that brain gym to know which actually side it should be. There, that one. Nice. Let's do Lauren's fold, hamstring stretch fold, as we return to the standing position for another weight transfer.
With those hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes. Let's tilt the tail long right away or towards the ceiling. Now keep that pelvis there as you lift your knees, and then gently try to extend both knees. Breathing, is your tailbone still long and tilted up? Bend the knees, re-tilt it, press the floor away like we will in our handstands. Slowly straighten the legs. Start walking the hands back. Try to keep those knees as straight as you can for as long as you can, but add that bend when you need to. And then stacking one vertebrae at a time, all the way up to tall. So I know I got you so excited about our weight transfers that go on diagonals. You just can't wait, can you?
I'm gonna face the same way.
Okay. Standing with your feet underneath you, I do end up in this slightly turned out position. You can either start in parallel and see what happens with your own feet. But from that underneath you position, let's peel the foot off the floor, heel, ball, toe, pointed about 45 degrees in front of us, and land toe, ball, heel. Now from here, From here, I want you to push off that back foot and start transferring weight into your front leg. And can even lift up that back leg from that glute that we practiced earlier. Now, toe comes down in the back, ball, heel, press into the floor to press you back to center. We'll go off the other front corner. Peel the foot off the floor, point at 45, toe, ball, heel, land, press off the back leg, point and lift. Noticing my knees over my toe, this is okay, but my hips and shoulders are pressing forward. Toe, ball, heel to land. Now get just the right amount to push you back to center. Let's try off the back corners. Peel the foot off the floor. You're gonna open the leg first, and then the rest of your hips are gonna rotate. Point, new corner, toe, ball, heel. Here we'll be squared up to a corner versus front. Now from here, you're gonna press off that, what's now your front leg, into that new back corner. And can you find a balance off that back leg? And hold for 3, 2, toe ball heel. Now drive into the floor, press to center. I learned a lesson. I went a little far that side, so I'm gonna stick a little closer on this side. Peel off the floor, open, then rotate open, point, soft land. Oh, I probably did it again. Start transferring weight onto that back foot, pointing off the front foot. Hold your balance for 4, 3, 2, press off that front foot, toe ball heel. I did that wrong, I'm sorry. Back to center. Shake it out.
Next time.
Next time. Will there be a next time?
There's always a next time,
Okay.
whether it's later today, right now, or next time. To the floor, 3-point down dogs. Lauren has, woken up those hams, those dog hamstrings today, and we will get into that 3-point plank and more core prep strategies, including our hollow hold from our backside. Come down in the hinge for something different here today. Press hips back, vertical shins, and from here, tip forward, and then walk out to the high plank. Pull the hands towards the feet, challenging that wrist extension at the shoulder and then the wrists. Press the floor forward and just tip your tailbone back with 2 feet on the ground. Pull hands towards feet to the original planks position. This time, with 1 foot, flick the floor, pointing the toe, and ending up in your 3-point down dog. Are the hips open? Square them up. Press away the floor 1 more second. Then pull it towards those feet, ending up in your high planks position. Alternate to the other side. Flick that toe. Send energy out that toe point out the back. Hands gripping in the front. Hip square. And then pull hands to feet. Plank. Repeat 1 more each side. Press the floor forward hands. Flick the toe with the foot and get the sternum towards the hips, shrugging all the time. Then pulling. Pulling forward. And then last repetition. Challenge the stiff arm strength, your plank endurance, and the toe point awareness for the handstand. Pull back. Planks position. Come up anyhow you want. I'm going to do my fold now. Walking my hands to feet. Sternum towards ribs and hips. And then extending from the bottom to the top. Finishing forward.
With a hair shake.
Yeah. Do your weight transfer again. That was fun. You should do it again.
All right. Sorry about that back corner. Transferred wrong. I'll get it right this time, and we'll add a little extra balance if we'd like. From that starting position, we'll go in the same direction we did. We peeled the foot up off the floor, pointed out 45 degrees, toe ball, heel, land. We pressed off the back foot to transfer weight onto that front leg, lifting the back leg with our glute. Now from here, let's extend, driving into the floor, straightening that knee and finding a balance, pressing our hips forward. To get back to center, knee over toe ball, heel, land out the back foot. Now press into the front foot to come back to center. Second side, peel, point, toe ball, heel, land. Press off the back foot, transfer that weight, feel your glute. Straighten the knee to extend. Knee goes back over the toe ball, heel. Once that's down, press forward to come back. Back to the second side, peel the foot up off the floor. Open it, then rotate more. Point, toe ball, heel, land, don't go too far. Press off that straight leg, which is now in front or behind you, whatever you'd like to call it. Lift it. Then drive down into the floor to straighten and hold, pressing those hips forward. Knee goes over toe ball, heel, lands, straight leg. Press off the bent leg to come to center. One last time. Peel, open, rotate more. Toe ball, heel, land. Press off that straight leg, pointing the toe, lifting from the cheek. Extend the knee, find that balance. Then knee presses over toe ball, heel, land. Press back to center. Whew, got it right.
Love those weight transfers. Come back to the floor, one more set of our down dog planche, followed by the core hold series. Hinging or folding, I'm choosing the hinge. Vertical shins in that, feet heavy always, just like hands in handstands. Then tip forward. Walk to that high planks position, and for about 6 repetitions, push the floor forward, flick the toe, square the hips, pull yourself back to high plank. Give yourself a core tension brace, and press. Is that heel in the back on the ground? Amazing if it is. If it isn't, that's okay too. But work to anchor into the ground for your strength, pressing forward, flicking the toe, pulling to plank, and let's go one more each side. Toe flick, hip square, pull. Core brace. Always remember high core tension here, planks position, and maybe one last slow chaturanga style to the floor. Challenge and check in along the way. And then Lauren, hollow hold it for us there.
Hollow holds. Ending up on our backside. Last week, if you were with us, we had some freestanding handstands, and I'd say on both of our behalfs, they weren't our best. We talked about after class why maybe they weren't our best, and we agreed that we didn't do enough core warm-up. So here it is. Lying on your back. Gently. Think about that low back. We have to talk about this position first. Right now it's neutral, so it might not be touching the ground. No ramming it into the ground. No arching it extremely. Find a happy balance there in that low back. Keep it that way this whole exercise. From there, bring your head off the floor by connecting your ribs to your hips, engaging your core. Then bring your knees towards your hips or off the floor. Arms are out to the side for now. If this feels okay, let's add by extending one leg out nice and straight and long and pulling it back to center. Other side. Extend the leg nice and long, pull it back to center. Either continue doing that or extend both legs and hold for 10, 9. Oh, feel that core brace for 4, 3, that neutral low back, 2. Bring it all back to center. Relax for a second. We're going to flip over onto our stomach and do a prone hollow body hold. Arms extended overhead like you would be in your handstand. Legs tight together, toes pointed. Ideally, you're looking down between your arms. I'm just going to look slightly forward. Press the floor away, shrug your shoulders. Chest is pressing into the floor, tail is tucked under, and you should have that nice little tunnel underneath your belly button if you tried to reach under there. And hold. I also like to think that if I came up behind you and lifted your legs, you'd be a plank and I'd lift you right up into that handstand. Keep pressing into the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. We're gonna do one more of each. Flip over to your back again. Remember to progress this safely. So this kind of tabletop position here is the most basic, extending a leg a little bit harder and then both legs the hardest. Take your time getting there. Ready? Ribs to hips first. Then knees come up, feet leave the floor. Either you stay, extend one leg and alternate, extend both and hold. If you want even more, arms reach overhead like your handstand and hold. Trying to breathe underneath that shield. For 8, 7, thinking of that handstand with your pointed toes, legs tight together, butt squeezed, core brace. 3, 2, pull to center to relax. One last time on our stomach. Arms are extended overhead again, chins tucked. I mean, depends what kind of chest you have. My chest pushes slightly into the floor here as I tuck my hips under, squeeze my butt, push into the floor, lift you up into that handstand, imagine it, and hold for 8, 7. This should just be as much high tension as the other side. Trying to find that nice handstand line. 3, 2, and then relax. Use that tuck position to press yourself away. Shake it out. We're going to warm up with some fun today.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't done these in a while. We're going to practice our tuck cartwheels.
Make those wardrobe adjustments anything you need. What's a tuck cartwheel, Lauren?
Well, one day it'll look like this. Well,
High pressure
It
scenario
is a high pressure
here.
scenario.
There we go.
Maybe even a little stall in there.
But maybe right now it looks like this. And that's all right too. Follow along in this I go, you go pattern of squat cartwheels for a little bit of fun before we get serious and climb that wall.
It's always serious, Ian.
So I'll do one more to the right and then left, and then follow along. Or join Team Lauren and follow along with her. Here we go. Starting nice and high. Hand, hand, kick your bum. Weight transfer to the other side. Try to get lower. Same thing. And then extend.
Hand, hand, foot, foot.
Hand, hand, foot, foot. Nice and controlled.
Hand, hand, foot, foot. Stay tighter than that.
Stay tucked if you're going to work on it for sure. Always ways, there you go. Always ways to challenge it and refine it. So could you start lower then? And same thing. Control. And back.
Nice.
Extend. Maybe one more time each. Have fun with this as you go. Start high. Work on that weight transfer. Build awareness and fun in that squat cartwheel. There you go. I think Lauren prefers to go this way.
Which is funny because I'd
Really well
cartwheel
done.
this way. Also seeing that I'm using that other arm to pull myself over. So don't be afraid to really swing it around there.
Nice. Are you evened out there, Lauren?
Yeah, I'm even.
Excellent. So this I go, you go way of doing reps. Let's continue that as we climb the wall in the back. We want to overbuild our core and our wrists and all of those body parts for the movements like the handstand. If we're looking for that 5-second handstand in the middle of the room, let's aim to get 30 seconds on a wall, minimum. Not all at once. We'll be doing 30 seconds. Challenge your interval appropriately. Lauren is right there. Let's get going. Start climbing that wall. The timer starts right now. So get up. What is Lauren doing here, thinking about in this position? The hands, like in the wrist warm-up, super open, gripping down. Pressing so tall. Straight elbows, working on that tuck. Always working on bringing the sternum to the ribs. That's been 15/20 seconds already. So if you feel safe and strong, keep going. Start strong, finish with integrity, and in 3 seconds or less, dismount to your choice. Either that side cartwheel or walk down the ground. I'm not going to talk anymore because that just means I'm going to delay it. Let's go 30 seconds.
All right, Team Ian, if you're with Ian this time, you're upside down. I'm going to hang out in my squat and tell you about what I was thinking about while I was up there. My hands were gripping the floor, and I could feel the weight through each finger, but also through that callus line of my hand. And then I was elevating by pressing away my shoulders from the floor and really trying to straighten my elbows. For you that are upside down, it's been 20 seconds. I was also trying to breathe while maintain that tension and hollow body hold and looking at a spot on the floor to find my balance. 3, 2, safe dismount. Nice.
Take a moment, recover in that position that's appropriate for you. I'll also try to follow Lauren here into that campfire version of our squat and tell you what I was thinking about upside down, mostly spurned by Lauren's cues. 3, 2, and 1, take your time pulling yourself low, either for endurance in your squat or endurance in the handstand. As Lauren will be doing in the back, it's the hands, they grip. They grip the grip. That callus line Lauren talked about, really started to feel that connecting to the floor. Then those elbows. I know my left elbow wants to bend, so I straighten. Then we got to the hips, and we had to tuck those hips underneath. And in 5 more seconds, I'm sorry for missing that cue, Lauren. In 4, 3, take your time, control, and then up.
Sorry if you just heard dragon breath the whole time and not Ian talking. I was thinking about that. I was breathing.
All good. The power of the dragon. I love training with the dragon.
Power of the nose.
I love training with the dragon.
In and out the nose. All right, Team Ian, upside down, get up there, or down there. Great, we're gonna hang out in a squat if you'd like, just while you're breaking from upside down. Now, hopefully, well, not hopefully, you might be wondering why Ian's facing the wall. Well, we like this position better than back to the wall because it creates that hollow body position. You have 12 more seconds. It creates that hollow body position or pushes you into that versus allowing you to get into that banana stand. If this is your first time getting upside down like this, 3, 2, up. You might not be chest to the wall. You might be a couple feet out. You might even have that L shape. Oh, working on it.
That's
Great.
a very hard shape right there. Yeah.
That's okay. Just get your brain, okay, going upside down, and your body will learn to align in a lot of time and practice.
You know it. Oh my goodness,
Am I going
Lauren,
again?
we got some rhymes in there. Starting amazing.
Lot of
I
time.
wrote down 5 sets. I think this is going to be our last set on the wall, just more based on time. Get to the wall, start your 30-second or interval that's appropriate for you right now.
Yeah. Ian, you left a hairball over here.
Oh, I know. I tend to leave the hair over wherever I go. But enough about the hair. It's about what Lauren's doing back there that matters the most. The toes are pointing. Let's start at the top and work our way down. Toes point. Are those kneecaps pulled up, extended straight? Hips, posterior tuck, most likely, which again is that front of hips towards the belly button. The butts are clenching, knees are straight, and ooh, we're going the other way. But we only have 5 more seconds, so finish with one thing in your head. How are you going to finish? I'm going to dismount with grace, and that was quieter than one of the other ones, so that worked. And up and shake.
One more time, Ian. All right. How's that feeling in your wrists? How's that feeling in your core? Is it getting tired? I did feel that a little bit on my back. Not in a bad way. Ready, set, team and go. Not in a bad way, but of a, better tuck and brace my core a little bit better. Are your toes pointed? Legs tight together. Feet spread, or sorry, not feet. Hands spread wide. Gripping the floor. Breathing underneath. That breathing will help you give you that T-spine or extra mobility extension. So do make sure you breathe. Highly recommended. For another 5 or so seconds. Take your time. And in 3, 2, soft dismount. And up.
I would like to present one more challenge on those hands if your wrists are feeling appropriate. Shake them out. I'm going to give it a little bit of a break. But instead of working on the time upside down, let's just work for at least 30 seconds, maybe even 2 sets if we can catch fire with this, of just the kick up. Just the kick up. Kick up from a tripod or kick up from your standing entry. For 30 seconds, just continue that effort. No worries about actually hitting your line. Get top, come down. Get up, get down.
With control.
Let's start 30 seconds right now. If your wrists allow, and if not, follow along for the next time and watch. Yeah, get some space there, Lauren. Are you feeling okay there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. 30 seconds, go. Kick up and down. Nice and control. Breathing. Stiff arms. Make a priority. Nice and control. Maybe switch feet. Lauren's going to take over the voice so I don't have to. Or she's so busy focusing on her practice.
When did we start, Ian?
At the top. We're at the 6.
Okay.
At the 6 is 30.
Well, the point of that, 30 seconds. Take a break. Take a break before we just take 30 off before we do that again.
Nice.
The point of that drill, and what's really helped me get better at my handstand, is the consistent amount of energy I have to press into the floor to get upside down. Not to over kick, not to under kick, but just right. So use that drill to kind of find a balance of how much you have to kick in order to get upside down. That was 30 seconds. Let's do it one more time.
Nice. In 5, 4, we're starting to studio on that number 2. Go.
As well, while you're doing this, I am alternating my legs here, coming up and scissoring down, trying to keep those landings soft. And when I do manage to get that kick up or little hold, maintaining that hollow body shape and not arching my low back. The best thing to do is to brace your abs even before you get upside down.
3 more reps, 1 more rep. That's the last 30-second round of that. Let's take some time, come back to that splits position, and just check in with some of our favorite drills to do there. We'll do everything maybe once or twice more. Nothing too much, but just give you ideas for how to watch Netflix or train at home or take a work call. I don't know. It's up to you how you use it. Starting in the split. What we started the practice with was a commitment to maintain that lumbar extension. If you need that extra yoga block or pillow, bump that up. And just soft hands to the floor for now. You've done a lot of work, but just soften that grip. Extend the elbows, pull the crown tall, and then ankles. Either dorsiflex or plantar, or mix it up, but no soft ankles in the middle. You go.
Oh. Okay. Well, I know I was going to work us outside. We're going to do our active liftoffs here. I like to do a slight quarter turn, looking at that leg, nice and straight, kneecap up. From here, suck the femur into its socket or pull the leg in, and then think about lifting it off the floor. Ready, set, try to lift it. Hold. 4, 3, 2, place it down. Rotate to the other side. Same thing. Point it, contract it, pull it in, lift it off. 4, 3, 2, 1. Soft landing. Other side. Point, lift, hold. 4, 3, 2, and down. One more time. Point, lift, hold. 3, 2, and down. Return center.
Yeah.
Gently lift those legs and bring them in. And then we'll flip over to a little straight arm core from our hands.
Oh, I think Lauren's preparing us for that tuck position. In the hands extension, wrists open, hands open, wrists extended, tuck your position. From here, maybe you keep your feet on the floor, but bring your knees towards the elbows or chest. Perhaps lift one leg, perhaps lift both, but create moments of tension that you can sustain ideally, and then relax. 10 seconds can feel like an eternity. Let's try it on my own here. Same thing. Hands grip, tuck.
Thinking of pressing those shoulders towards over the wrists in this one. And ideally, you're trying to lift both feet off the floor and hover, keeping that tuck position, keeping those knees really tight to your chest. Let's do that one more time each.
Interval your movements. Take rest. Right now, this I go, you go pattern might not be enough rest for you, so take your time between. As you can see, Lauren's toes perhaps quivering there, the dragon breath in full effect. It's heavy.
Hey, it wasn't that bad.
Here we
Dragon.
go.
All right, lifting off the floor, keeping those elbows straight, straighter. Pressing the floor away, keeping those knees tight to the chest. Great. We should end in one more set of splits here.
Shaking that out, okay.
With your legs out front, pointed toes, sitting up tall. You'll have to move your hands about as we go, so figure that out on your own. From here, point a leg. Think about pulling it into the socket. Lift the leg, open it a little bit. Other leg, lift it, open it. Back to the first leg, lift it, open it. Other leg, lift it, open it. We might not go much further. Lift it, open it. Lift it, open it. All right, we have to bring it back to where we started. Lift the leg, close it a bit. Lift the other leg, close. Lift, close, lift, close. One more time of each. Lift to center, lift to center. Ready? Finish it off. Double lift off. Hold. 4, 3, 2. Soft landing. Woo.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us at this practice. Did you stay with us to the end at the handstands? Thank you so much for doing that. And if you joined us at the beginning and maybe revisiting, thank you for coming back again and working on your skills of strength. We don't need much. We need a good teacher. We have our body weight, and we have you. Thank you for being here, training simply, staying strong, and let's do it again soon. My name's Ian.
I'm Lauren.
We're Bars and Bells. Have a great weekend.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.